Dear students, today we are going to discuss with the bookkeeping and accountancy the accounting systems which can be used while recording the transactions into the books of accounts. Now in accounting system, mainly there are two systems of accounting. One is the Indian system and second is the English system. In Indian system, the account is recorded is called Mahajani or Deshinama system. And in English system, there are further two classification of there. One is single entry system and second is double entry system. Now from this chapter, you must make a notes, daily notes into your notebook. A square book you have to purchase, and on that square book you must write all these things, because from the point of view of the examination, the systems of accounting and different terminologies are very important, and we are going to teach that everything from today. So you must write all the things properly into your notebook, because large number of PPTs will be there on your WhatsApp group, but when you have to find one particular PPT, then it is very time consuming. It takes so much time to find out that PPT, because you have to see the 6 subjects PPT, and from that 6 subjects you have to find a particular subject's PPT, and also particular subject's PPT will be delivered to you on different dates, and therefore on what date which PPT will be sent, you can't memorize that thing. And for finding that PPT, very much time will be go, and therefore you must write all the things into your notebook so that you can easily find out every aspect of that particular subject in your notebook. So in English system, mainly there are two types of system. One is single entry system and second is double entry system. Now what is these systems and what is the impact being behind these systems? We will going to further classify each and everything in detail. Now first is Indian system. Now in Indian system, the books of accounts are recorded in different languages such as Marathi, Hindi, Urdu, Gujarati, etc. Because there are large number of languages which are speak in India, and therefore books of accounts will be prepared according to the state language, and therefore it is called Mahajani or Deshinama system. Now in this system, transactions are recorded in long book, ज्याला आपण वही खाता म्हणतो किंवा कीर्द म्हणतो. कीर्द म्हणजे खतावणी. where different accounts are prepared, and Bahi Khata means cash book, where we entered the cash transactions, how much cash comes and how much cash goes out from the business. We record all such things chronologically in Indian system. But this system of accounting is not scientific system of accounting, because one aspect we know, but another aspect of that transactions we don't know, and therefore this system is unscientific system. But many small business organization, now this is the word which you have to underline, small business organization use this system of accounting. Many times a question will be asked like fill in the gaps or suggest one word, one phrase or one term, and on that such types of questions will be asked like unscientific system of accounting. Then you must write there as Indian system or single entry system or Mahajani or Deshinama system. Or the questions will be asked that small business organization use which type of system. Then here also your answer is Mahajani or Deshinama system or single entry system as per the English language or as per the English system. So Indian system is unscientific system, but this system can be used by small business organizations whose transactions are very small in nature. Limited purchases, limited sales, limited expenses, and therefore this system is better for such types of organization. Now the second is English system. In English system, there are mainly two types of system, out of which the first is single entry system. Now in single entry system, only cash book and personal account is prepared, and therefore this is also record the incomplete information, and therefore this is also called as unscientific method. This system is also known as incomplete recording system, because businessmen enter the transactions as per his convenience, and therefore this system does not provide accurate information of any financial position. Because why we prepare books of accounts? Basically, we are prepared books of accounts to find out the profit of the business. Whatever businessmen do is profitable or not, he got all types of informations only by preparing books of accounts properly. But if record is incomplete, then how he can definitely say that such and such type of profit will earn by this business during the financial year, and therefore only small business organizations are use this English system of accounting, which is called single entry system. From cash book and personal accounts, definitely we can prepare remaining accounts, but still it's time consuming. One work we have to do for 2 or 3 times, and therefore this system is unscientific system of accounting. Now the second and most important English system is double entry system. Double entry system. The word itself say double entry means for every transactions there are twofold effects. One is debit effect and another is credit effect. In 1494 1494 मध्ये the Italian person whose name is Luco di Borgo Pacioli is find out this system of accounting, and now in every large organizations or where the number of transactions are very large, in all such types of organizations this system of accounting is used. Different types of software like Tally, accounting softwares are also prepared according to double entry system of accounting, because this system of accounting is very scientific system of accounting. Scientific system of accounting, because it records dual aspects of the transactions. Therefore it is said that under this system double or twofold effects of each transaction, प्रत्येक व्यवहाराचे, is recorded. So according to double entry bookkeeping system, those transactions are recorded, means twofold effects are given. Out of that twofold effect, one effect is given to debit side and another effect is to be given on credit side with equal amount. Means debit side and credit side must be tally. If in debit side the figure is 10,000, then definitely there should be a corresponding credit of rupees 10,000 on credit side. To record the transaction on debit side is called account debited, and to record the transaction on credit side is called the transaction credited. Debit all the records and credit all the records. So in double entry bookkeeping system, one account is to be debited and another account is to be credited with equal amount. Amount must be equal on both the sides, because then and then only the financial position will show correct result. And therefore this system of accounting is a scientific system of accounting, and most of the large business organizations use this system of accounting. Now the next part and next important line is there. Every debit has an equal and corresponding credit of the same amount. This is the basic principle of double entry bookkeeping system, and all the large organizations will follow this principle of double entry bookkeeping system, and therefore it shows a correct result from every point of view. Every debit has an equal and corresponding credit. of the same amount. Most of the times, a fill in the gaps will be asked on this line, that every debit has an equal and corresponding dash dash of the same amount. So you must write there as credit of the same amount. So these are the accounting systems which are basically used in day-to-day life by the businessman. Indian system, Mahajani or Deshinama system, and single entry system as per English system. Both these systems are unscientific, but double entry bookkeeping system is scientific system of accounting. Both the records of the transactions are recorded in double entry bookkeeping system. Small business organizations use single entry system, while large business organizations are use double entry bookkeeping system. Even nowadays, small business organizations also use a double entry bookkeeping system to record the transactions because it shows correct result. Now the next thing is that accounting terminologies. Now these accounting terminologies are very important from the point of view of examinations. You must know each and every accounting terms in details, because these terms are used frequently while we teaching you the subjects of bookkeeping and accountancy. Each and everything is very important. So accounting terminologies means accounting definitions. Different definitions are came under this head. Mainly there are 40 definitions. 40 definitions we have to teach during the 11th commerce, because these are the basic concepts and you must know these basic concepts in detail. Then and then only you can solve the problem accurately, correctly, as per the law or rules and regulations, as per the principles of double entry bookkeeping system. But for this purpose, you must know the accounting terminologies. Now we are going to teach the first accounting terminology, which is called transaction. Transaction म्हणजे व्यवहार. In Marathi also you must write all these things, because if you properly understand the meaning, then and then only you can properly interpret the result from that thing. And therefore, if you have any difficulty, you must try it in Marathi also. Now transaction, mainly there are two types of transactions. One is monetary transaction and another is non-monetary transaction. Non-monetary transaction covers barter transactions. Monetary means money transaction, where money are exchanged. Then the transaction is called monetary transaction. But without money, when two things are exchanged, then it is called non-monetary transaction or barter transactions. Now in monetary transactions also there are two types of transactions. One is cash transaction and another is credit transaction. Cash transaction म्हणजे रोखीने झालेले व्यवहार आणि क्रेडिट म्हणजे उधारी. क्रेडिट ट्रान्झॅक्शन म्हणजे उधारीने झालेले व्यवहार. So in transactions mainly there are two types, monetary transaction and non-monetary transaction. in monetary transaction. Further, two aspects are there. One is cash transaction, second is credit transaction, and in non-monetary transaction, barter transactions are covered under this head. Now we teach all the things in detail now, so that you can understand each and every concept very properly. Now first we go to the concept transactions. Transactions. So what is mean by transactions? व्यवहाराचा नेमका अर्थ काय होतो? So this is the definition of transaction, that exchange of goods and services between two parties or two persons for money or money's worth is called transactions. Now exchange of goods and services. Exchange of goods. Goods म्हणजे माल. The person whatever sell through the business is called goods. Like if you go to bookshop, then book is the goods, and which the seller is want to sell and buyer is want to purchase that books. But when buyer purchase the books from seller, he gives some money to that seller. So it's called exchange of goods. One person take the book and another person take the cash of equal value of that book. So it's called exchange of goods. And second aspect is there, exchange of service. Suppose you want to repair your vehicle, then you go to any garage, and in that garage the person repair your vehicle, and for that repairing purpose you give that person a money. Means here there is exchange of services. Means services is also covered in the definition of transaction. One person repair the vehicle, another person will give the money for the services provided by that garage man. So this is called service aspect. Suppose your mobile is not working properly, then you would go to mobile shopping and say the repair department that such and such problem will arise in our mobile, and when that problem will be solved, the mobile is repaired, that person will take money from you. So it's called service. He provide you the service, and for providing the services he accepts some cash from you. So this is also called exchange of services. Now for these transactions there must be two parties. One is buyer and another is seller. One is providing the services and another is accepting the services. कधी असं तुम्ही बघितलंय का की तुमची पुस्तकाची दुकान आणि तुम्ही स्वतःच पुस्तकं विकत घेता आहात? Means buyer is also you and seller is also you. Is this happen? No, it can't happen. Therefore, for every transaction there must be two parties or two persons, and the exchange of goods and services must be made between that two parties or two persons. Now here we say that money or money's worth. Money means whenever you take something, then you must give the exchange in terms of money or money's worth. Suppose company is there and that company will purchase the raw material from particular another company, and without paying money that company will pay the shares of that company. Then share is also called as money's worth. It's not really money, but you can convert that shares into future in money, and therefore it is called money's worth. म्हणजे पैसे किंवा त्या पैशाच्या किमतीचं काहीतरी. तर त्या गोष्टीला म्हणतात ट्रान्झॅक्शन, व्यवहार. आणि म्हणून त्यांनी ट्रान्झॅक्शनची डेफिनेशन सांगितलेली आहे, ती म्हणजे एक्सचेंज ऑफ गुड्स अँड सर्व्हिसेस बिटवीन टू पार्टीज फॉर मनी और मनीज वर्थ इज कॉल्ड ट्रान्झॅक्शन्स. Now, in transaction, first is monetary transaction. Monetary transaction means the transaction which involve an exchange of money or money's worth directly or indirectly is called monetary transaction. It means that the exchange must be made in terms of money or money's worth. If without money the exchange is made, then this is not covered under this definition of accounting. जसं समजा हॉटेल आहे आणि हॉटेलमध्ये येणाऱ्या कस्टमरकडून जेव्हा तो हॉटेलवाला सर्व्हिस प्रोव्हाइड करतो किंवा जेवण देतो, तर त्या जेवणाच्या बदल्यात तो पैसे घेतो. इथे पैशांशी संबंध आला. फूड दिले आणि पैसे घेतले. फूड इज गिवन अँड मनी इज टेकन, सो मनी इज ट्रान्झॅक्शन. पण सपोज त्या हॉटेलवाल्याचाच मुलगा जेवायला आला, तर तो हॉटेलवाला त्या मुलाकडनं पैसे घेईल का? So here there is no exchange of food with money. Here there is affection, love, and therefore such transaction not covered in this definition. Whenever exchange are made through money or money's worth, मनीज वर्थ म्हणजे ज्याचं भविष्यात पैशात रूपांतर होऊ शकतं. अशा गोष्टी is called monetary transaction. Therefore it is recorded that the transactions which involves an exchange of money or money's worth directly or indirectly, प्रत्यक्षपणे किंवा अप्रत्यक्षपणे, is called monetary transactions. And next line is very important line. Only monetary transactions are recorded in the books of accounts. This is the very important line. You must underline this. Only monetary transactions are recorded in the books of account. Means non-monetary transactions are not recorded in the books of account. Many a time A question like fill in the blank, such types of questions will be asked, that only dash dash transactions are recorded in the books of accounts. So you must write monetary transactions are recorded in the books of account. Mean whenever there is exchange through money, then and then only that transaction will be recorded in the books of account. Otherwise that transaction will not be recorded in the books of account. Again say money or money's worth. In monetary transaction, the first concept is there is called cash transaction. Cash transaction means whenever goods are purchased or services are provided, then immediately cash is paid or received is called cash transaction. Now here the word is immediately. एका हाताने वस्तू द्या आणि दुसऱ्या हाताने पैसे द्या. म्हणजे वस्तू घ्या पैसे द्या किंवा वस्तू द्या आणि पैसे घ्या. इमिजिएटली त्याच क्षणी. Then such types of transactions are called cash transaction. So definition is there. A business transaction in which cash is paid or received immediately, ताबडतोब, लगेच, is known as cash transaction. For example, purchase of goods for cash at ₹5,000. Purchase of goods. If you go in any kirana stores and you purchase Fair and Lovely, the cost of one Fair and Lovely is suppose ₹5. You purchase 10 Fair and Lovely pouches, then you have to pay ₹50. So you take Fair and Lovely from that Shopee, and for that Fair and Lovely you pay the price of ₹50. So here you received the goods and you paid the money for that goods immediately. Then such types of transactions will be covered under this cash transactions heading. Now see, there are different images are given here so that you can understand this concept. If you made the payment through UPI, if you purchase different types of dals, and while purchasing the, means after purchasing dals you pay the money, it's called cash transactions. Or you pay any types of bill, like electricity bill, you use the electricity, and for that electricity if you pay the bill, you pay the price, you pay the money, then all such things will be covered under cash transactions. Now second types of transaction is credit transaction. Now you first see the definition properly and make a note that what is the difference between cash transaction and credit transaction, because different entries will be passed according to double entry bookkeeping system for cash transaction and credit transaction. So you must know properly the difference between these two. Now what is credit transaction? A credit transaction is one in which cash is not paid, underline this word, not paid, or received immediately. Means only one word is the difference. In cash transaction, cash is paid or received. and in credit transaction cash is not paid or received immediately. म्हणजे लगेच कॅश मिळालेली नाही आहे, तर ती कॅश भविष्यात मिळणार आहे. at the time of transaction, but it is paid or received at a later date. नंतर मिळणार आहे. जसं उधारीचं ट्रान्झॅक्शन. आपलं एखाद्या दुकानात खातं असतं, आपण फक्त वस्तू घेऊन जातो आणि त्याला सांगतो की टिपून ठेवा. सो व्हॉट एव्हर गुड्स यू टेकन फ्रॉम दॅट shop on credit basis, he record the amount of that transactions into your accounting head. तुमचं विशिष्ट खातं असतं त्याच्या खात्यावरील, तो ते खातं काढतो आणि तुमच्या नावाच्या तिथे त्याबद्दलचं रेकॉर्डिंग करतो की या तारखेला इतक्या वस्तू घेऊन गेल्या आणि त्याचे इतके पैसे तुमच्याकडनं येणे बाकी आहे. Now in these transactions you take the goods, you use that goods, but you have not paid the money at the time when you purchase the goods, but you are paying that amount in future, means later date, after 15 days or after 20 days or after 1 month. So such types of transactions will be called as credit transaction, means where money is not received or paid immediately, but it is paid or received on future date, on later date. For example, goods sold on credit to Mr. Amar at rupees 2000. We sell the goods to Amar. Amar purchased that goods, but he can't pay the cash of rupees 2000 immediately. Therefore, word is definitely there. Goods sold on credit. See, on credit word is there. Means from the given transaction, first you have to trace out that the given transaction is cash transaction or credit transaction, and if you properly understand, then and then only you can write proper entry for that transaction. Now the second thing is non-monetary transactions. See the definition: the transaction which does not involve an exchange of money or money's worth directly or indirectly are called non-monetary transactions. Means where exchange is not made through money or money's worth, जिथे पैशांची कोणत्याही प्रकारची देवाणघेवाण होत नाही. Then such types of transactions is called as non-monetary transactions. For example, an exchange of one thing against another thing is called as barter transactions. इथे पैशांच्या स्वरूपात अदलाबदला होत नाहीये. The exchange of things is not made through the money, but one thing is exchanged with another things. In old or ancient times of India, such types of systems will be there. Today also, such types of system is there, but very rarely such types of systems we see in day-to-day life. Like suppose if we give cloth, then we received different types of pots. म्हणजे कपड्यांच्या बदल्यात आपल्याला भांडे मिळतात. बघा बरेच लोक तसं करतात. Then here one thing is exchanged with another things. पूर्वी असे बरेच व्हायचे. दोन शेतकरी आहेत, टू फार्मर्स आर देअर. एकाने गव्हाचं उत्पादन केलं, दुसऱ्याने बाजरीचं उत्पादन केलेलं असेल, तर गहूच्या उत्पादन करणारा शेतकरी पायलीभर गहू बाजरीवाल्याला देईल आणि बाजरीवाला पायलीभर बाजरी त्या गहूवाल्याला देईल. इट्स कॉल्ड एक्सचेंज. दो हियर मनी इज नॉट देअर, means exchange of money is not there, still it is transaction, because whatever exchange is made ते पैशाच्या मूल्याप्रमाणेच आहे. मॉनेटरी वर्थ. जरी पैशांचे आदलाबदला नसेल, पैशांची देवाणघेवाण नसेल, तरी पैशांच्या मूल्या इतके मूल्याची इथे देवाणघेवाण होते. And therefore such types of system is called barter transaction, वस्तू विनिमय पद्धत. एका वस्तूच्या बदल्यात दुसरी वस्तू देणे किंवा घेणे. An exchange of one thing against another thing is called as barter transactions. See here different examples are there. One lady is given banana and another person is given books. Is called exchange of one thing with another thing. धान्याच्या बदल्यात टमाटे देताना दुसरं चित्र तुम्हाला दिसतंय. तिसऱ्या चित्रात सुद्धा तेच दिसतंय. मीन्स one thing is exchanged with another things is called barter transaction, and barter transactions are recorded in the books of account. Because here one thing is given and another thing is received. But non-monetary transactions are not recorded, means where there is no exchange of money of any type, then this system or these transactions will not be recorded in the books of accounts. And last definition is goods. The commodities, articles or things in which a trader deals is called goods. And these goods are must purchased for the purpose of sale and to earn profit. किराणा दुकानदार आहे, त्याच्यासाठी किराणा हे गुड्स झाले. इथे तो किराणा दुकानदार त्या वस्तू विकण्यासाठी खरेदी करतो, नुसतं विकण्यासाठी खरेदी करत नाही, तर त्याच्यापासून त्याला प्रॉफिट मिळवायचा आहे या दृष्टिकोनातून तो खरेदी विक्री करतो. सो इट इज कॉल्ड गुड्स. These are different commodities, articles or things. याच्याबद्दल आपण अजून डिटेल्समध्ये पुढच्या तासाला बघूया. Medicines are goods for the chemist. Here there are different types of examples. Motor vehicle company is there, then motor is the basic goods for that vehicle company. Different store departments will be shown here. So these are the goods for the store department. So we in detail take this concept in our next lecture. Thank you.